Alrighty, so welcome back. I really want to get this mod out, so the reason I've held off for so long is because I want to get some proper pictures. I want to grab a picture of these two at the Sovngarde portal and try and make them like hold hands or stuff. Sort of like in the symbiosis of the whole Kurasami thing, the last thing we saw of Korra and Asami. I might have to, like, you might notice some weird cuts in this due to the fact that I might walk past a completely naked woman. I might even change the pelt, to be honest with you, because I know she's covered up to the back. Like, she's got a pelt going over the back of her ass. I might just try and see if I can edit something to, I don't know. Actually, I don't actually know if I can, because I know of an arm that has got it, but it's not really a pelt at the back. It's more like a chainmail. I don't know. I'll leave it there. Whatever. This is going to be me talking stuff, really, while I do this quest, while I get the pictures all set up, talking about Legends of Korra. And the reasoning behind this mod, I was making this mod because I'll be honest with you guys, I'll be 100% honest. I don't watch cartoons, right? I do not watch cartoons at all. I'm 26 years of age. I consider this anime before I found out it was made by two Americans, with like Swedish names or some shit. And I remember seeing episodes as a kid. I've probably talked about this before in previous videos, but I don't think my Skyrim followers would be really interested in watching fucking Legends of Korra videos. So I saw episodes when I was a kid. I was 14 or so, and there's half a naked girl over there. She's wearing a top. These are the ones I gotta watch out for because sometimes they're not wearing a top. So I remember seeing episodes, and I was on Netflix after watching The Mandalorian. I'm a big Star Wars guy too, very big Star Wars guy. And I saw the last Airbender on Netflix. I was like, oh yeah, I can remember that because I remember the episode where Princess Yue had to sacrifice herself. I remember the face stealing guy because that's the shit of nightmares, man. Ro, the face stealer. And go back to the library, you little prick. Fucking owls. So what's my current mission? Let me just get a dragon hunt. No, that's the DLC. Meet Delphine Riverwood, easy enough. So, I remember seeing that, and I liked it, man. It was fucking awesome. Like, it was a cool little adventure. You know, catching up on it was awesome. And then I saw Legends of Korra in Netflix, and I was like, well, what? They've actually got another Avatar? I had no idea this even existed until 2021, because you know, Nickelodeon wasn't really a thing in Australia unless it was on like paid TV. To go back there first and finish my training. And so I watched it, and as soon as I saw Katara as an old girl, I was like, nah, fuck you, I'm out of here, this is weird. And I spent 2 days just doing other random shit before I come back and watched it. But man, I fucking loved it, dude. I absolutely loved it. I was told it was shit and it wasn't funny. But dude, fuck, I loved it. Like, Korra is just out of the box character. She is just the most unique female character that I've ever seen. She's a can of kick-ass, bro. Like, every chance she just breaks the norm. She's a prodigy. Right, she hasn't communed with her past Avatar lives at the age of 17, so she's very independent on her own. You know, she doesn't rely on the past to guide her. You know, Aang does help her, which is pretty good. But she's just a very own special sort of person. You know, she just does her own thing, and I love that. And she's just a can of kick-ass. Like, man, you want to fight? She wants to fight. Fuck yeah, let's go for it. She was breaking the norm at every step of the way. You know, she didn't even wear water tribe gear that's made for blokes. You know, she's showing off her arms. Why is she showing off her arms? Because she's got big arms, bro. Like, you're gonna show that shit off. I go to the gym. I got big arms. I like showing that shit off. She was just fun to watch, man. She was so unique. You know, she wasn't like anybody else I've ever even like. My number one favorite character was Ahsoka Tano from Star Wars, but she just sidelined her like a fucking so quick. Now, I'm gonna have to fucking give me a tick. I have to put the audio down a bit because they're gonna be screaming off the top of their fucking lungs.
Well done.
So, I just loved her, man. She was just so cool.
Come with me.
You know, she started off as this bratty avatar that was, you know, her destiny to be the avatar. You know, not really being very human about it. And then over a time of suffering from these, you know, being arrogant or stubborn, she learns, you know, to become more of a human being. And I love the story, man, because season 3 and 4 to me were the best.
All three words together.
That's when she was really starting to. That's when it really started to mature up for me personally. And when you're watching a character, you feel responsible for him. You know, you actually feel responsible for him. And so the ending really affected me in a bad way. Seeing Korra and Asami hold hands, I was so excited to see this because I've got a past. I'll get to that in a little bit. And not seeing them go through with it, only on a comic book, really fucking hurt. So there's a bit of a background here. When I was 17, I fell in love with a girl. She was an Aboriginal girl from Australia. Bit of a dickhead, you know, hanging out with the wrong crews all the time because they need to survive, man, and they need to be tough. And so they acted like dickheads. They got into fights. They bashed people, whatever. But they weren't horrible people, not at all. Like I hung out with them. I was a white guy, with red hair, you know, and they treated me proper. They didn't treat me like one of their own. They didn't fucking disrespect me or try and start shit with me. And I thought she was a fuckwit, you know, honestly I thought she was an absolute dickhead, because my father was like, oh, they're always hanging out in those groups, they're always fucking, you know, acting like fuckwits, you know, using the excuse that they're black, and you know, I had the same belief, because I grew up with my father. My father was 41 when he had me, and so I eventually ended up hanging out with her on my own once, because her friends ditched her, and I was there, and fuck, man, like, I'm the funniest guy I know, I'll be honest, I'm the funniest motherfucker that I know, and that chick was making me laugh. Now, I was pretty funny at 17 still, and all that sort of shit, and I enjoyed hanging out with her, man, and after that day, my view of her completely changed. I actually really liked hanging out with her. She was attractive, she was fucking funny, and she was fierce. Very much like Korra, she is very fierce, and Korra has also dark skin. Alright, I think I'm done here. Go to fucking Riverwood now. Hope there's no big titty followers walking around. So, and long story short, man, we were in a relationship for 3 years. I was 17, she was 15. By the time I was 19, you know, I'm just gonna. We never got bored of each other. Never ever got bored of each other. It was constant. But 19, she got into drugs with her friends. When I was 19, she was 17, turning 18, and I upped her, man. She was pregnant with my kid, and I fucking like not physically abused her. What's the word for it? What's the words for words? Anyway, I fucking vocally abused her, and I was like, "What the fuck you doing, cunt?" You know, and I just treated her like shit. What the fuck you on the drugs for? You got a kid in your belly. And of course, she had a massive argument, took my car keys, went around the corner too fucking fast and around about. She was drugged the fuck out, rolled the car and died. Now that's the last thing I have spent with the girl. I thought would be, you know, the one for my lifetime, my soulmate. You know, I had a massive argument with her. I treated her like shit, and I'm always blaming myself for that because, you know, if I would have kept my mouth shut, or to a degree of respect, she'd still be here, and I'd have a kid. Even if we went together, you know, fucking, it doesn't matter. She'd still be alive. But, and seeing that on the Legends of Korra, seeing them start their relationship just as the show ended, it felt to me like I'll never see their love, like I'll never see mine, and that unleashed that can of feelings I've been holding back for like, what was it, 8 years now. And it just come out, man. I felt like I was in a really bad spot. Like I didn't think of any sort of committing suicide, but I felt continuously dread. You know, like there was no hope. Like that's why I love seeing a love story, because it reminds me of those feelings, and I'll have a cry over it. Like I watched She-Ra afterwards, and it felt proper. You know, they fell in love, they kissed, and it was an open ending saying we're gonna go restore magic to the world, and it was over and done with. And you know, it's over and done with. But I felt like the characters had fallen in love, they had shared their love. I was happy to move on because, again, I saw it. You know, you feel responsible for these characters. That's just a slurry old wench and the dead guys that I killed like 2 weeks ago.
What happened? Good to see you again.
So many followers. I got my audio back up. And it just left me in a place, man. Like, that's the reason I want to see Korra come back. And I don't even care if they don't do the turf wars, you know, because I've got a simple thing on comic books, alright? They're meant to be fillers, story fillers. You know, going in between stories. There'd be perfect stories for what happened between 1 and 2 with the 7-month gap. And 3 and 4 for the 4 years, or the 3 years they spent away from each other. You know, seeing how they suffered on their own, seeing how they missed each other. That'd be fucking awesome. I really like the one with Naga. It's a free comic for Legends of Korra. It explains how Korra met Naga. and it's a beautiful story. But I like it because it does what it's meant to do. It's meant to tell a filler story. You know, Turf Wars and Empire, and the next one, they're going to tell continuation stories. I do not like that from comic books. They do not, because comic books are rushed. Their story goes, and I'm going to explain that in a tick. Why I didn't like the Kurosami thing in the comic book. The only good thing going for it was the voice actors coming and doing it. Because it didn't sate that desire to see them happily fall in love. It was so alright. Firstly, it was too rushed. You know, it's like 10 or 12 or 18 pages of them in the comic books just adventuring, swimming, climbing a giant rock, almost dying, making out, and then having character building afterwards. It's like, what the fuck? Aren't you meant to build up character? You know, aren't you meant to build the character up before the kiss? Like,
come on in. Just stoke the fire.
Where was all that? You know, them at I don't know. I imagine because them at a campfire, right? Sitting down, talking to each other late at night. Now, you got to come to understand
I don't think you were following. Come on.
that
make a plan.
Asami looked after Korra for like a week after she was badly, you know, almost killed. A week. You should have to undress her, shower her. If you let someone see you naked and look after you in that state, you have absolute ultimate trust for them. And when Asami, like if you look at the scene where Asami and Mako are looking at Korra when she's fallen to the ground and passed out, Mako's got that face of worry. Right? He's like, oh shit, we're about to lose Korra.
I figured out how we're going to get you. into
We're
the
about to
mountains.
lose Korra. But you look on Asami's face, it's absolute fear and dread. She's thinking, I'm about to lose Korra. And this is where I think she's realised her feelings for Korra are more than just friends.
That would be a bad idea. I'd be too likely to attract the Thalmor. I have a contact. His name. I'll get work. While you're doing, meet me at the Solitude stables after you've arranged things with Melbourne. Any questions?
I was going to take some screenshots of this with the dress on, so she looked like she's having like a beautiful dress on while she's at the party with Asami. I might actually do that, but then I have to get them naked, and I don't want to do that. Actually, I don't have to get them naked. Just put their shit in the inventory.
Don't worry. He's a wood up. Luckily, they don't know who he really is, or he wouldn't be serving drinks at the ambassador's parties.
You know, I need the stairwell cleared, ladies, please. And it just felt too rushed. Like, oh mighty god, Asami, I'm about to shield ram you. So
What?
it
Something
just
you're so confused about?
there was no character building. Like I really expected them to be at a campfire and sit down and talk about their time away from each other. Like I imagined Asami sitting down saying, you know, talking about 3 years of being alone. When she felt lonely, she felt, you know, like her world was gone or it was empty without a core in it. You know, that she felt that she had to pour herself into rebuilding Republic City. Oh shit. And, you know, to occupy her time because she just felt absolutely alone. I hear moisture noises over there. Yeah, I'm not going over there. That's some Lovers Lab mods. You know, indicating to Korra that, you know, Asami's life without her was bad. You know, indicating to Korra that she had strong feelings for her. And Korra at the time indicated that, you know, I wish I accepted you to come to the Water Tribes because if I did, you would have helped me heal a lot quicker. And I would have been able to stop this Kavira nonsense long before it started. Indicating to Asami that Korra thought that she was the only one that could have pulled her out of the mess, you know, and helped her save the world. Which would have been awesome. That would have been character building leading to a kiss because that would have really showed each other that they felt very strongly about each other. And that which would have made the kiss feel natural because it just came out of fucking nowhere in the comic book. Like, we all knew it was going to happen. We were told they were a thing. But there was no real showing it. No, nothing. And that really annoyed me because it just didn't feel natural. And Asami just comes over and makes out with her like they've been dating for 6 months. Like, aren't you going to be a little bit scared kissing your best friend? Like, you'd be a bit fucking nervous. You'd be a bit shaky. A bit, you know, well, very nervous. I'd be shooting down the side of my leg if I had to kiss my best friend, especially if I was gay and he was a guy. I had no idea, or even if I thought he was interested. I'd be shooting down my fucking leg. But that's just that, and I really hope they animate it because, man, it'd heal that wound because I still have those feel like time does heal all wounds, and it's gone down a bit. Like I no longer feel that sort of dread, but why am I walking? Just fast. I'll just enjoy the scenery. We're going to be walking west, don't we? It's out in the west. And we're going to walk past a bunch of naked people. Could be an ambush waiting to happen.
I feel like I just woke from a nap.
There you go. Fucking no ambush. And yeah, so I hope they animate it, man, because it's got a massive drive behind it with the LGBT community. A massive drive. Fucking, I took a picture. Hey, you're the girl I took a picture of in my last
the wrong way.
little nudie Rudy
You
mod.
look a little sick.
Why am I always sick? What have I got? Damage Magica. Brain rot. Oh, fucking, not wrong. I'm always having brain rot. And I really hope they animate it, man, because like, there's a massive LGBT community calling for it. Because let's face it, she broke a world record. She was the first animated character for a cartoon show to feature a same-sex relationship. Alright? So, that's massive. And then there's so many shows that followed suit because of her. You've got She-Ra, which I watched. You know, it was recommended by some of the LGBT members on the Facebook page I was on before a lot of them lost their shit at me. And then you've got Adventure Time, and you've got Dragon Prince. It's also got, you know, it's got a gay assassin and 2 lesbian queens. These things all happen because of Korra's boldness to come out and go, boom, she's now bisexual. Or maybe she went full lesbian, who bloody knows? You filthy little shit. And all that. And we've got this because of Korra. And now Avatar Studios is back. I'm absolutely counting on them to come back and do some Korra. Dude, I don't care if they don't do Turf Wars or Empire. It'd be good, especially for Kavira fans, because she has her redemption arc. But you do that before Azula, you're going to have a lot of fucking shit hitting the fan. Is that 2 rocks separated? No, it's just a fence between it. And that'd be good, but leave them blank so they become fillers and you can fill a fucking... Alright, I don't trust that. I'm walking around. It doesn't look like she's wearing any fucking breastplate or undo pants. So... yeah, I'd like to see Turf Wars, not again, as a wench. I'd love to see him animated, of course, you know, because Turf Wars, we get a villain that's a gangster this time. We've pretty much had it all. We've had, you know, an evil avatar. We've had an anarchist. We've had a equalist. What else do we have? We had a that was already said. Yeah, what's season 4? We've had a dictator, and I guess we need a crime boss who kind of turns into a half spirit and goes into the spirit world, and he can unleash an entirely new storyline. He escaped into the spirit world. This guy. This guy could come back find all the spirits that hate the avatars. Is she wearing underpants? Oh, I can see her ass, but that's because none of my fucking... That's not illegal. You know, you can't see any... I'm not even looking in case. Location marker. That's all broken. There's a Stormcloak. Another location marker, sweet. So... I don't know, man. I can imagine it coming back, and I don't really care about... I'd love to see the comic books animated. I would. Because, again, if he can go... That gangster who turns into a half-spirit blames Korra for him turning into a half-spirit, thinking that she made the spirit do this to him. And he could go into the spirit world and find all the spirits that hate the avatar. You know, because thousands of avatars are faced against many dark spirits, and this could lead into like a finding some past lives. I don't know if that'd be a thing or not. I don't really believe it ever will. I think they'll stay well and truly clear away from the past lives. But he could definitely be a dangerous threat, finding all the past spirits that have had confrontations with the Avatar, and he could cause an absolute shitstorm, having these spirits invade his other gangster friends and turn them to half spirits, and having a colossal nightmare of a time. I want to see if this mod actually works. I don't think I actually have it at the moment. Fuck, there's so many of these girls, man. That's what I get for making them. Anyway, we're going to get moving to Solitude. There's no doubt going to be more there. Anyway, I'd love to see the Korrasami thing as a show. I wouldn't give a shit if it was just a 40-minute video of them like not doing anything, but just exploring their love, because I love this character, man, and I really want to see it, because it would heal a wound. And this gangster guy could go from being a gangster that they've got to deal with to being a serious threat from the spirit world, having dark spirits follow him because he's an enemy of the Avatar, and they'll follow him and infect his friends and turn them into half spirits. And I want to see a storyline going into the Fire Nation where the Red Lotus have come back, How could they come back? Well, simply, he's in the spirit world as a here. He could train whoever, or he could issue orders. Have you ever played, we're playing Skyrim right now, ever played the Markarth quest where the Forsworn leader is locked up in prison, but he still orchestrates all the attacks and organises the entire thing? He is locked up just like the Forsworn guy, and he can go into the spirit world and communicate with the Red Lotus leaders, have them train new members, because again, you got to think about it, a lot of people aren't going to like Korra. She spared the life of the person that fucked up their homes, destroyed their world, and she created a portal which again destroyed half the city, which destroyed half their place, all to save a woman that was intent of conquering him and destroying him. So you'd, as a common citizen, or even as common bender, you'd hate this woman because she just decided to save the person that fucked up their lives, and in doing this again has fucked up their lives even more. Wee! LGBT characters in a rainbow shows up. Fucking look at that! Maybe it's fate. I mean, there's no negative NPCs over there. I like these things. Where's the Samis? I don't think I think I got it. Maybe I didn't. Sapphire? Nah. But I was meant to have I have a blue one for the follower from Immersive Jewelry. I think that really suits because of the betrothal necklace and all that sort of stuff. Keep forgetting what I was fucking talking about. I would like to see a story where because Mako was meant to get a girl. You know, that guy got wronged, bro. Like, he did some bad shit. Like, he dogged Asami when she lost her father and everything, and went for another woman. That's just a big fucking dog act. But I'd like to see him and Korra go to the Fire Nation, and he goes in there to protect the Fire Princess, you know, and finds his love arc, because Nickelodeon sabotaged the fuck out of Korra, and that was gonna be one of the story arcs before they had the budget cut. And these guys they're good human beings, man. They always have a positive message to put out there, you know, with disability, with same sex, with, you know, all that sort of stuff. And Nickelodeon said, all right, we're gonna give you a budget cut. Either get rid of half your team or lose half your story. And they decided to do the moral thing and get rid of half their story. And that story was gonna involve.
Come on in. We got warm food, warm drinks, and warm beds.
It was gonna involve Mako. There's always naked NPCs in these inns. I'm always looking out for them. Apart from the big tittied fucking, or there's flower girls, which like this.
For that price? Sure.
She's gonna get her butthole ruffle stomped.
He's in the inn.
Yes.
Look around. I'm sure you'll find him.
Well, yes, I did find him. Thank you
Need
very
something?
much. Friend sent me.
Really? You're who? Here's the deal. I can smuggle some
I need to get the dress if I don't have it already. Korra. Nah.
Listen.
Korra. Go into that one. And I need Asami's dress, I need Korra's dress, because they're going to be going together, being really cute and shit. Asami's shoes, Korra's clothes, Korra's fine boots. I better get a second batch. Yeah, I better, because the simple fact is, if I don't go in there...
You ready yet? I need to get back before I missed. Remember, you won't
For fuck's sakes.
anything.
Korra.
Yep.
I get their armor again, their weapons again, because, yeah, quite simply. Don't even need that, do I? No, I'm an idiot. But I do need their armor again, because I can't take their armor off right now and give it to him, or I'll be butt-ass naked.
For you.
Alright. I'm ready.
Okay, I'll get this inside the embassy for you. I've gotta go. I'll find you at the party. Don't worry.
Alrighty. Trying to get little screenshots of them being cute and shit so I can put it up on the Nexus page. I started working on this mod a day before the news came out, and I didn't make Asami yet. I was making Korra, and I saw that and I was like, fuck yes, absolutely fuck yes. So I keep forgetting what I'm talking about, because I'm just rambling and shit. Trying to get this quest done so I can actually release it to the Skyrim Nexus. Anyway, so I'm going to start something little bit of a new topic. I would love to see this Kurosami thing, but I'd love to now see future content on Korra and Aang's lives. I mean, they had to work on a one series episode. Oh, sorry, I'll go back to that. Yeah, so Nickelodeon absolutely fucking porked the Legends of Korra from day one, because first she was a girl, then she was a girl of color. They gave it one season to start off with, as more as like a pilot, like a test run to see if people liked it. People liked it, and then they were like, "Yep, here's two," and they did fucking two, and then it was rushed, and people then hated it, and the shitstorm hit. And they gave them 3 and 4 from the famed one, and then they basically yanked that back, and they said, "All right, we're cutting the share of this." Budget cuts. They kept changing time zones at random. They completely took the end of season 3 and put it online, and the rest of season 4 online, and by then they knew it was done. They had to tell the story how they could, and I believe that they wouldn't have done the Kurosami thing if they would have got another season. If they knew they were going to get one more season, they probably wouldn't have done it until then. But now they're an Avatar studio, and they now have the chance to give us the universe of the Avatar. I want to see Aang's life too. I want to see him grow as a man, have his children. Like we've seen Tenzin and his kids as mature adults. Yeah, we saw Aang as a boy. You know, I want to see Aang's kids as children, and Aang as a grown man or a young adult, and have these episodes of these seasons arc over different times of his life. You know, same thing with Korra. I want to see. You know, we saw it at 17, and I want to see the
Your job is to
Kurosami.
get into the party without being fingered as a spy.
I'll fucking
I'll
finger
take
you.
care
You
of the
keep your
rest.
shit up, mate. I want to see. You know, maybe 5 years later when Korra's 26. You know, I want to see when she's 35. And then 40, then 50 when Sozin's comet comes along, and you know, does she die heroically with Sozin's comet, or does she live to a ripe old age with her and Asami, you know, dying around the same age? You know, do they adopt children? Because obviously they can't have natural. Whoa, what is going on here? I am so confused. All right, this is new. I've actually haven't walked out here in a while by the looks of it. Two-way gate. And yeah, I'd personally love to see that. I would love to see these two characters grow old. And do they adopt children? Do they adopt benders? Do they adopt non-benders? Like, how do they do that? You know? I've had a lot of people of LGBT go, "Oh, they're going to Spirit World and have children that way." I was like, man, if you do that, everyone's going to have fucking children. Like, wouldn't it be a positive message to send, you know, that these same-sex couples adopt children? Because it's very stingy these days. You know, it's a lot more accepting, way more accepting back when I was a
Have you
kid.
given Malborn the gear you want to smuggle into the embassy? Good.
But wouldn't that be a positive message that,
the
you know,
only
these
way-
two straight,
which
these
means
two
when you're
bisexual
ready,
women
You'll only
are
have what
adopted
Malborn
children?
smuggled
Because
in
Asami's
for you,
loaded,
plus
man.
whatever you can pick up inside.
Party clothes. Party shoes. I forgot what the fuck it's called. Should be called party. Man, now I've got to look through that shit. I'm not happy, man. They've got a massive inventory that I haven't touched.
You can't go to a party at the Thalmor embassy dressed like that.
Well, I'm the Dragonborn, so you have to get used to it, bitch. Alright, equipped it, fucking hell. Some big titties.
You can't go to...
Ah, but you're
Party
sexualizing
at
women!
Thalmor
You're a horrible person! I don't even know what the dress is called. Alright, can't wear that one apparently. Good thing I haven't got a gimp suit in there, that'd be fucking hilarious. I want to see the stories of the avatars, you know, arc over their lives now. You know, even to the most, like, no, even the bits that are considered not interesting, you know, like, I would love to see their lives together. Like, adopting and raising children. Because they're soulmate material, man. I've had it myself before, I know what that shit is. Where the fuck's this outfit? Wench, you see all my dirty shit now? I don't know what the fuck she...
See you dressed like that. I guess that will have to do. Ready to board the carriage to the embassy? Don't worry.
Thank fuck, I would have
Just make
reloaded it if you
sure
did that to
you
me.
Get back. Good luck.
Alright, so... I'm just like... excited to wait for some Korra news, because there's new people on Nickelodeon, and I've got that nagging thought in the back of my head, they're gonna fuck it. They're gonna do the same dodgy thing and just kick her to the side, but... common sense tells me otherwise. There's no way the boys would go back after the shit they pulled on Korra. Especially when they're very passionate about the Kurosami situation. Like fuck off, idiot.
Welcome to the Thormore Embassy. You're in... Thank you, ma'am. Go right in.
I even activate
My
this?
lateness is due more to
No, I
getting
cannot.
lost on
That's
the way
gay.
up this godforsaken.
I'm not even sure I activate the teleporter.
No. Any desire to actually arrive late.
Hello.
I prefer to arrive. Now then, here's my invitation. I don't have a...
Guests are advised to remain inside the embassy.
I'm just doing my duty, sir.
So... I keep forgetting what I'm fucking saying half the time. But... I want to see more Korra. And especially more Asami. And what they do with their lives. You know? Even if it's short, so like... I would love to see the seasons come back, but not, you know, focus straight after one event like Korra did, because that was overkill, man. She went through so much shit so quickly. I'd love to see them go through parts of her life and have comic books or novels on those certain times where it was peace for like 5 years. What did they do? But it comes back and maybe something isn't as bad, but I'd love to see them travel the world. You know, we don't get to see the Fire Nation once.
And you are? Ah, yes. Please, tell me more about yourself.
So sorry.
What brings you to this? What is it, Malborn?
By the way, it's just
Have
that
you heard
we've
any
run
interesting
out of the
rumors
Alto
lately?
wine.
I'm not sure
Do
that it's
I have your
news,
permission to
but lately it
uncork
seems
the
like every
Arinthia
blacksmith in
Red?
And yeah,
Skyrim
so
is
I'd
looking
love to
for
see
gold,
some more...
I've
Korra
told you
engrained.
before not to
All
bother
speed
with
runs.
It's not really a
I would
threat.
love to see a lot more
Yes.
about their lives, you know,
After all,
that would be
Yorin
cool as
works
shit.
for Skyrim. How is any smith going to compete with that?
Between
Titties.
the dragons and the storm.
I hope you're enjoying yourself, Mitt. Here you go, Miss. Colovian
I spent
Brand.
many hours in council meetings.
The hospitality
What
of
is
the
it?
Thalmor Embassy is at your
Allow me to introduce. If there's anything I can ever do, your wish is my
Are you
command.
enjoying the party?
As long as it doesn't involve
Very
much
much
physical
so, and
activity.
thank you for
I
asking.
seem to be having trouble staying on my feet at the moment.
All that you have need of.
My friend, of course, is
I think,
stand back and
you know, so I would love to see some
hold
more.
my hand.
You know, I'd love to see the Kurosami thing. I'd love to see them start up. And dude, I would love to see them get married, man. How fucking awesome would that be? You know, them moving to the Water Tribes for a bit, or even moving to the Fire Islands. You know, moving around past their lives. You know, they live in Republic City for a couple of years.
Let's go.
They live in the Fire Nation, Amber
anyone
Islands, or
notices
just the
us.
Fire Nation for a couple of years, and then maybe the Water Tribes, where they spend the rest of their lives or whatever. You know, during times of peace. But I would love to see this, man. I don't even want to see combat all the time. You know, it should be awesome as shit.
So far, so good.
And this is
Let's
what I'm
hope
hoping
nobody
for.
saw us
You know,
slip out.
like I said before
We
on
need to pass through
Nickelodeon,
the kitchen.
I'm always
The
thinking they're
gear
going to do
is
something
hidden in
dodgy
the
to it.
larder.
But it's a new day
Just
and
stay
age.
close and let
You
me
know,
do
if
any
they
talking.
were like,
Got
no,
it?
we're not doing any more Kurosami, they would be fucking flayed alive by the community. There's new people in charge too. So they're a lot more lenient to, of course, being a lot more open about relationships in these series.
A guest feeling ill. Leave the poor wretch be.
A guest? In the kitchens? You know this is against the rules.
Rules, is it, Zavani?
Didn't even need all this shit.
Realize that eating moon sugar is permitted.
Now, let's burn them, eh? Let's fucking light them up.
Rules, is it, Zavani? I should ask the ambassador. I didn't realize that eating moon sugar
I
was
saw
permitted.
nothing.
Did
Good
you
luck.
see those roads?
I'm the Avatar, bitch. No, she burns me. Oh, that's the body. I forgot about you.
I see you burn.
My little spy follower. So, anyway. Fucking, I'm gonna finish you off, mate. After lighting up this place, I'm just gonna burn it down to the ground. Where are you though? Don't be a dog. Alright, you're inside the area I can't get to. Either way. So I'm betting on it, but I don't know how long we're gonna get the news for. The thing I'm like, if they officially said, okay, we're doing more Korrasami, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that, and even if it was gonna take them 3 years, I would chill the fuck out, bro. I would absolutely like, sweet, yup, I'm ready for this. I'll wait for it. But it's a not knowing because the past indiscretions on Nickelodeon, there've been a bunch of dodgy cunts that fucked Korra from the start, long before it was LGBT. I'm kind of glad that it's now got an LGBT following, you know, that she went that way because. Oh my god, they're too powerful. Fire! They can't even get their spell there, idiots. Oh, he did. You know what? I love me some good old kick-ass action here. Sweet boom! Ah, good night. Gonna rush to this thing. I really want the portal picture. So that's all I really want. Skeldarfen. And then like have a little picture then where they're married. But I've already got that. But that was an old picture with a different face and different dresses. I'm doing this.